Hello! It's been 90 days since we planted our seeds, and now let's take a look at how they're doing. A few days after filming the last video about plants, we decided that the avocado was ready to be replanted into the soil. It has large roots and a tall stem with many leaves. As always, we'll fill the bottom of a large pot with this in order to remove moisture, and then fill the rest with the soil. We're going to plant the avocado seed together with the plant. Also, we'll take out the toothpicks, since we don't need them anymore. We left the seed there because it contains many necessary nutrients for the plant. We watered the avocado and in a few days it had new leaves. Hey, where did this fly come from? Let's call our main flycatcher immediately. Giuseppe, your time has come. Great work, Giuseppe! It's been a few more weeks and let's take a look at how the avocado has grown. Just look at how big the leaves are. It grows so fast it has even surpassed the mango. But the mango is also growing diligently and has a new dose of leaves. However, the mango grows irregularly. At one time it can grow 4 to 5 leaves, but then suddenly stop growing and gather its strength. And literally in just few days it releases a new bundle of leaves, which immediately become large. Although they are still thin, in a week they will harden and become thicker. Too bad someone ate a piece of a leaf here. Maybe it was the fly Giuseppe ate. We move on, and now it's time for peanuts. Just look at it! It's still quite small, but it already has flowers. It's something incredible. I thought a shrub should grow first and then it should bloom. But I suppose the plant knows more than me. After all, it's better earlier than never. All I have to do is water it and observe. The pineapple took a break after replanting and nothing has changed. But that doesn't mean it will die. Maybe the replanting was simply too stressful for him and he needs some time to get used to the new energy source. And now it's time for the most anticipated plant. Our watermelon. In the last video, we ended up replanting it into a larger pot, in which it will probably remain until the very end. And friends, he started to grow somehow too fast. After a few days, I had to add another ladder for him. It grabs it with its stems, but sometimes he grabs his own leaves and squeezes them. We have a suicidal watermelon. The watermelon continued to grow and is getting taller and taller, and just after 2 weeks the proper flowers started to appear on it. And I already thought we wouldn't get melons. Watermelon flowers are just like humans. They have 2 sexes, male and female. And these were just male flowers. But after a while even female flowers appeared. Do you see these little melons in the back? Under certain circumstances they can begin to develop into large watermelons. We read that it's better to cut off the unused stems of the watermelon, so they don't consume the life energy of the plant unnecessarily. So we started doing that regularly. But at one point there was a catastrophe. The stem of the watermelon bent. Something had to be done urgently so it wouldn't die. That would be very sad. For starters, we needed to put the stem lower, closer to the ground, to lean on it in order for the load to be reduced. To do this, we needed to adjust the steps a bit. Next, we took a piece of plasticine, carefully molded it and applied it to the damaged places of the stem. In this way, we can easily help the plant deal with the damage. Later we found another bend next to it and we did the same. Thanks to the fact that the plant now grows on the ground, it allows us to have more room for its growth. After some time, more flowers appeared and dissolved. And it was necessary to begin the process of fertilization. In nature, this is done by insects that sit on a flower. Then pollen attaches to their limbs and they carry it over to another. In our case, we don't have any flower insects. We could probably only ask Marlboro, but he's too big for that. That's why we took a brush with which we took some pollen from the male flower. Then I transferred it to the female flower. The 100% successful method is to tear off one of the male flowers and make it seem like they kiss in a way. It's almost just like watermelon love. Time passed and our watermelons gradually grew. Look at these sped up shots. It's like he's alive. And soon the plant will become literally huge. Just look at how long it is. If we unravel it, it will be probably more than 2 meters long. The oldest leaves exhausted their sauce and began to dry out, and we began to remove them, as well as the stems that didn't hold anything. But most importantly, we managed to fertilize one of the female flowers. And her watermelon began to slowly grow. Yay, we got a little watermelon! Now that's very cool. And now it's the size of a fairly big plum. I don't even know if we should try fertilizing another flower so we can have 2 watermelons. Or should we just grow one? On one hand, 2 watermelons are much better than 1. But then again, all the nutrients will have to be distributed between the 2 of them, and in the end they won't be as large if it was just a single one. Can you advise us on what to do? Meanwhile, the watermelon plant itself seems to be growing, and soon we'll have nowhere to hold it. So we'll need to come up with a solution for that, but you'll see that in the next video.